Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on this new video on Ocan News. The news that you don't really need, but I'll give you anyway. Today we are here for a very specific reason. In fact, I want to talk about the next game I'm gonna play on the channel. It's a game that looks similar to Absolver, like very similar. Visually speaking only. The artwork is very unique as the Absolver artwork, and it's like that character, that kind of simple drawing style. The name of this game is Ashen, but this game doesn't share any of the mechanic of Absolver except the stamina-based combat. In fact, Ashen is more focused towards DarkSouls style. Like you have the open world, you travel through the world, you met enemies, you can kill them. You have to, but you can kill them and then you can progress. But very interesting thing, apparently in this game you don't level up. Like everything you have, everything your character is able to do is because of your equipment. In this way, it's very similar to Monster Hunter, where the stronger your equipment is, the stronger your character is. But like if you make it naked, it won't have, like, it would be like a level 1 character, like a very basic with no special ability. And I usually don't like this kind of setup, because I like the idea of my character getting stronger, like my character, him, to get stronger, to level up, to get like more powerful, more quick. But it's alright, like the progression is through your items rather than like through your character. It is an open world, and the story is quite unique. That's one of the things that made me really interested in this game, because the story is, there is this world which its natural state, it's darkness, and there is no sun, okay, no source of light in this world. And the first glimpse of light is seen when an ancient being, an ancient animal, they say like a phoenix-like creature, like lands on this world to die. And before dying, this creature takes the last 3 breaths. And those were known as like the 3 ages of light, like first, second and third. They were like the last 3 breaths of this creature. And then the creature dies, and the world goes back. Sorry, and then the creature dies, and the worlds go back into darkness for like very long time. But since this is a phoenix, it burns again from its ashes. And the game starts when like this phoenix creature is about to reborn, and therefore there's light again in the world. And of course, like, as a human being, the light is very important to you, so you want to preserve the source of light. You want to preserve the creature, you want to save the phoenix from the dark beings that like they want to keep the world as it is in darkness, because they are dark creatures from the darkness, that they were living in a dark world. And like, how awesome is that? Like that's so amazing. Like if you think about, like, I never heard like such a story. Of course, like I have similar, but it's very unique. And if you think about, I was thinking like this morning when I was like watching the trailers again, just to preparing for the video. I was thinking like, actually, you are the bad guy because in all of the movies, all of the stories, there is like the world, and then there's like a threat that comes to the world, and then like there's the hero who fights to make sure the threat goes away and everything's staying as it is. that's like the plot of like more or less every single movie, every single game, or like that's the main plot, like the more standard plot. But like this time around, we fight to make sure that they change states. So like we're fighting against the dark creature that they belong to that world. So we want to change that world in our favor. So this means that we are the bad guys for those creatures, even though like they belong to darkness. But that's a dark world. So yeah, that just like made me think about it. It's just like my opinion. But anyway, it looks to be a very, very good game, like very nice game. It's been developed from an indie studios. It's called Aurora 44, and like these guys, I think this is like their first game. I'm not sure, but like these guys, they look really motivated. Everything they did it for a reason, because they wanted things in that way. But there was like a specific reason for everything. Like for example, characters, they don't have a face, like pretty much like Absolver, but like they don't wear a mask. They are like just faceless, because he wants to focus on social interaction with other players, which I'm gonna talk about in a second. And there's no swords, so like technically it's like a medieval type of game, but there's no swords. You only have like clubs, axes, and spears. There's no bow, there's no crossbows, there's no swords, there's hammers. This thing, like, I don't like the fact that there's no swords, but like this thing is very unique as well, because if you think about the standard weapon for like a hero-like character is the sword. And so like they want to take a step away from this. They want to create their own thing, and that's something that in my opinion is very respectable. Like, it deserves respect. That they want to be different. It's true, like it's a good thing. Although my absolutely favorite type of weapon is swords, and like I'm disappointed that there's no swords. But again, I respect them for taking that choice. So I mentioned before that you can do multiplayer, but multiplayer is only restricted to like you and another person, because it's a PvE based game. There's no PvP, not at all. But they want to focus between you and like another character. And if you're not gonna play like with another person, it's gonna be like an AI companion like traveling with you to help you. And like another interesting things is that like in your world, when you play with somebody, you're not gonna see that person's character. They appear in your world as one of your NPC who gives you quests. You're gonna have a town in which it's gonna be NPCs, and one of those NPCs may give you a quest, and you need to go like somewhere to get something for that person. So you go there, but like if somebody joins you, it's gonna be like that NPC. Like they're gonna control that NPC. They're gonna look like that NPC to help you. And as they say in the interview, that makes sense for the purpose of like there's somebody who asks you something, they join you and help you to get what they need, instead of like staying in town and wait for you to succeed and return with like what they wanted. Instead of like you being the focus of everything, you're gonna help them doing something, which is cool, which is like a very cool idea. I mentioned before that you're gonna have a town with NPCs. Now, like this town, they say it's gonna grow every time you do successfully complete a quest, or you leave for some time, you come back, and the town has grown, get more populated, it gets new NPCs. If you help them through their tasks, you're gonna get rewards, of course, but the town is gonna benefit from that as well. It's gonna grow bigger, larger, and stronger. This game looks really fascinating to me. I need to say it. And I think it's gonna be like a very, very good game of this year, even if it's brought to the table from this like small studio. Unfortunately, we don't have a release date yet, but they keep saying that the game is gonna release in this year. Like by the end of the year, we're gonna have it. So it's a matter of weeks now. Like, we are at the end of November. There's like literally 5-6 weeks left before the end of the year. So like 1.5 months maximum, and we're gonna be able to play it. Unless, like, if they really want to release it on the 31st of December. But I think it's gonna be like sooner than that, because their Twitter account lately, in these days, it's posting a lot. They want to tease, they're like building hype around the game. And again, they keep saying it's gonna be this year. They're not gonna delay it, so at least for what they're saying. So it's gonna be soon, anytime soon. There's a lot of things I didn't tell you, and there's a lot of things about this game that you need to see yourself. So I'm gonna leave once again the link in the description for the interview, and then like if you look for Ashen on YouTube, you're gonna find it, because like a lot of people are waiting for this game. For me, this was more than like an heads up to tell you what I'm gonna play next on the channel, but I think this game really deserves it. And so, that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you did, leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more, because they are coming. And, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Feel the rainbow.
Da 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 da.